Welcome to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast, your guide to future tech trends and innovation in a language you understand. Now, over to your host, Neil Hughes.
Welcome back to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Now, last year, it seemed that most interview requests that came in for this show were blockchain related. But 1 week into 2019, and there seems to be a clear IoT trend developing. And today I invited the guys from the IoT-focused company Naran onto the show that not only builds popular smart home products that are used by people all around the globe, but they also created a software platform that helps small and non-technical businesses leverage IoT to make their products smart. Their IoT helps companies like hardware startups, construction companies and large appliance businesses quickly and easily build connected products. All made possible with the simple addition of a commodity low-energy Bluetooth chip to any product. And the use of the MiB IoT software platform also enables companies to create connectivity for new product lines or retrofit their old products. Incredibly exciting. So buckle up and hold on tight as I beam your ears all the way to the US so we can speak with the CEO of Naran, Terence Park, who is a former Silicon Valley engineer that has also contracted for Google, Microsoft, and has always had a passion to create better IoT products and share his experience in the smart home space and breaking barriers by technology innovations. So a massive warm welcome to the show, Terence. Can you tell the listeners a little about who you are and what you do?
Okay. My name is Terence Park, the founder and CEO of Naran. We make smart IoT gadgets called MicroBot. We've launched two MicroBots so far. One is called the MicroBot Push, which is basically a remote button pusher. It's a little robotic finger you can control with your smartphone app, turning any dumb appliance into a smart gadget. And the other one is called MicroBot Alert. We launched this year. It's a multi-sensor device that can measure temperature, humidity, light intensity, noise level, air pressure, CO2 level, and so on. It's got 8 different sensors in one tiny device running on batteries. We also make our own IoT platform called MiB IoT. We actually began with this platform first, and then we started building gadgets on the top of the platform. The whole purpose of the platform is basically to accelerate the development process and make the operation as efficient as possible.
Fantastic. Incredibly cool. And it really feels like 2019 is going to be a big, big year for IoT. But just for a moment, I want to take you back in time because I believe you founded Naran Tech I think it was back in 2009 after spending years contracting around Silicon Valley, Redmond and Tokyo, working for tech behemoths such as Google and Microsoft, etc. Mm-hmm. But can you tell me a little bit more about your story and how it led to you founding your own IoT company?
Okay. I was born and raised in Seoul, Korea, and I moved to Canada when I was 14, all by myself, even without my parents. I went to high school and I went to college. I went to a University of Waterloo, studied computer science. I got my degree and moved to Silicon Valley, working at Google as a software engineer. Then I moved to Microsoft in Redmond and worked on Windows 7 for about a year. And then I think I burnt myself out and decided to move to Tokyo and take a break. I worked at ING Life in Tokyo, also as a software engineer. But to be honest, I didn't work hard there. And then I quit within 7 months because I got bored. Then moved back to Korea, started my own company to work on stuff that I want to work on. So in 2009, I actually founded a company called Naran Tech, just you mentioned, which was quite different from the Naran today. We did software contract works with big corporates until 2014, and then we got sick of doing someone else's stuff. So one day we quit everything and started our first fundraising. You got lucky to find one quite soon. Then the Naran was born, focusing more on our own IoT business in 2015.
Wow, what an incredibly cool tech journey you've been on. You've been living the tech dream, haven't you, for the last 5 years?
That's right.
So Naran is an IoT-focused company that not only builds popular smart home products used by people around the globe, but also you've created a software platform that helps small and non-technical businesses actually go out there and leverage IoT to make their own products smart. But can you tell people listening about what makes you guys unique and the kind of problems that you solve with Naran?
We are very unique because we have our own IoT platform, the MiB IoT, and we built consumer-facing smart gadgets on the same platform. And we've sold about more than 20,000 units across the world. It's running on that platform. So I can tell you with a bit more certainty that we understand what you really need when it comes to developing and operating IoT products, because we have done that twice already. This experience makes us very unique and strong, in my opinion. In terms of technology, MiB IoT platform is a full stack solution, meaning we take care of pretty much everything, firmware to run your hardware, mobile library to build your own app really fast, cloud service to operate your products. There are just too many components to build an IoT product. Not only the hardware related stuff, but also firmware, mobile app, cloud, power management, security, over-the-air update, et cetera. But as a small company or non-technical company, it's really difficult to build everything from scratch. So maybe you can build it, but now you need to operate until your product dies. So we take care of all these details so you can focus on your product and your customers.
So I've got to ask, how important is helping small or non-technical businesses leverage IoT to make their products smart to the success of IoT, in your opinion? And do you have any examples or use cases that you can share that will highlight the huge differences that it can make to a business, especially those that you don't automatically associate with technology?
Well, I think IoT is giving everyone a chance. I always say this to my friends, even your chopsticks will be connected in the future. and the benefits of connecting anything are limitless. So it's like connecting people. Connecting devices creates a whole new level of opportunities. Right now, your dumb chopsticks don't understand what you're eating, so you can't give you any advice on your diet. On the other hand, smart chopsticks will be able to give you much more meaningful advice. If you have diabetes, it can even give you warnings about sugar on your food when you grab it. It's already a huge difference. So we need to help small businesses to make the difference in the most efficient way so they can actually try it and build useful and affordable products.
So I've got to ask, you seem tailor-made for attending CES this year in Vegas. Are you attending this year? Is it your first event?
Yes, we are attending, and this is not our first. It's actually our third time attending CES. We will be exhibiting in Sands Expo. Our booth number is 43270. So you can actually look up on their website. They have their booth number. So you're welcome to visit our booth and talk to me if you have any questions.
Well, I'll add that to the show notes just so people can find you nice and easily if they're heading into CES shortly. But I've got to ask as well, if this is your third time attending CES, is there any secret to getting your voice heard out there? Because it's just so vast and so much competition and so many people showcasing great products. Where do you begin to get people to your booth and get that word out there? Is there any secrets or any lessons you've learned along the years?
So the trade shows like CES is really huge. There are a lot of people come and go. So it's really hard to sort of attract them into your booth. But the secret is basically you talk to the people you know already, and this is the best time to meet actually because they're busy throughout the year. But during this 1 week, they will come to one place and they have time. And they probably have maybe 10 minutes or 20, but you can still talk to them in person. So this is really perfect opportunities to invite them to your booth and talk to them in person.
Sounds like fantastic advice to me. We'll have to get you back on the show and find out more about how you got on at CES. Or is it one of those whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? I suppose CES is slightly different.
Yes, that's exactly the same one.
So I've got to ask, what is the grand vision for your MicroBot IoT platform, your hardware and software ecosystem that's actually designed to bring users' homes to life? Where do you begin? What's the grand vision for you guys there?
We are makers in the end. So we built a platform because we wanted to make things that we wanted to make in the most efficient and plausible way. And we envision that building and operating an IoT product will be as affordable as designing and selling T-shirts in the future. So we will build more smart gadgets. We want to do it because we're the users of our own products too. We want to bring our homes to life as well.
Here we are right at the beginning of 2019. Do you think that we're beginning to see IoT make a huge impact, not just for businesses, but for entire industries? Do you think we're going to see more and more of that this year?
Not so much yet, in my opinion. Yeah. To make a huge impact for the entire industries, I think the cost should go down by far. The cost of just trying out IoT is still very high because IoT involves many, many different components, and the operation is quite expensive at the moment. Traditionally, you only needed to sell products and almost forget afterwards. But now you actually need to operate the products you sold for the entire lifetime. So right now it's kind of hard, but you will see more and more impacts in 2 to 3 years for sure.
So can you also tell me a little bit more about the technology behind your success and how the simple addition of commodity low-energy Bluetooth chip to any product, by doing that and the use of the MiB IoT software platform, companies can start beginning to create connectivity for new product lines or even retrofit older products? Because traditionally, I think that would require large engineering teams or expensive AWS or cloud contracts to achieve, wouldn't it? And on top of requiring months and months of development time, is that right?
Right. So as we understand what it takes to build and operate an IoT product, we want to take care of everything that's repetitive and inefficient on your own. So, for example, we have a really good startup partner in Luxembourg called MiB. They make smart locks based on MiB platform. Building a lock is already a highly complicated task. Building a smart lock is even more complicated for sure. You need to write firmware that communicates to your smartphone app or a Wi-Fi hub in the middle, which connects to a cloud server that manages user credentials, access control, security. You need to take care of user management, over-the-air firmware update, BLE connectivity on your smartphone, which happens to be very tedious to get it right. There are just 1,000 things you need to do in order to just lock and unlock the door. So MiB basically didn't have to do all these on their own. We take care of these in the middle part. They just used they just used a common BLE chipset and installed our firmware that we provided. And then they built their own custom app on the top of our example app, which basically has all the functionalities. And they were able to turn motors of their lock in 2 weeks. So I wouldn't say it's dumb simple to build anything on our platform yet. But I can say this to you: if you have built something IoT in the past, you would know this platform is the simplest you can get in the market now.
So looking forward for the rest of 2019, what are the biggest challenges and equally opportunities for you guys, do you think?
So the biggest challenge is to, prioritize opportunities because there are just too many opportunities. When we started, people barely knew what Internet of Things was. Now it's becoming more and more common sense, and there are a lot of needs from corporates, governments, startups, everywhere, you name it. We can't do everything at once, so we need to manage our time and resources in a smart way.
So looking forward again, is there anything else you can share with us today about the road ahead for IoT and Naran, or maybe IoT and Naran together? I'm sure you've got many things that you're going to be working on this year.
Yes, we love making new things. We'll try to launch 2 new products every year based on our MiB IoT platform. So one coming very soon this year. We have also partnered with startups, other startups and big corporations to connect their products to the internet. They will be launching their products in the near future as well. So that's very exciting. We believe building an IoT product should be only as expensive and difficult as making a T-shirt. So we will continue working in that direction.
Oh man, that's fantastic. So if it's going to be cheaper, as cheap to make something an IoT product that is to buy a T-shirt, who knows what we're going to be buying on eBay in a few months, eh?
Exactly.
But before I let you go, can I just ask that you remind the listeners of where they can find you online, and also maybe contact a member of your team if they've got any questions, and that could be just a tech listener or somebody wanting to learn how IoT can fit in with their own products.
You can visit our website at MiB.io. That's our website. You can ask any questions on the website. I usually read them all and answer many questions myself. So please take a look at our website. Yep, that's pretty much about it.
Cool. Well, I'll add up those links to the show note along with your social media handles just so people can get hold of you nice and easy. It really just sounds like you've got an incredibly exciting future, and you kind of hinted there's a few big announcements on the horizon, so I'd love to get you back on later in the year and find out more about those too. But more than anything, I wish you the best of luck for the future, and thanks for taking the time out today to talk with me. Thank you.
Thank you.
So many great takeaways from our conversation with Terence today, especially the simple addition of a commodity low energy Bluetooth chip to add that to any product and combine that with using their MiB IoT software platform. Companies from industries that you wouldn't associate with technology can create connectivity in new product lines, or even retrofit their older products. And let's not forget, traditionally this would have required large engineering teams or expensive AWS or Google Cloud contracts just to achieve similar goals, on top of requiring months of development. Not only is technology becoming invisible, it's becoming easier to use and easier to develop. In the same way, companies like WordPress simplified their website building process, eliminating costly engineering overheads and making it fast and easy to whip up a professional web presence. Naran is hoping to do exactly the same in the IoT software space, and that's why I find what Terence is doing here to be incredibly exciting. So I wish Terran and all the team at Naran all the best for their trip to CES. This is their third trip, like he said, so I'm sure he's got a few tricks up his sleeve too to get their voice heard out there. If you go and see them at CES, make sure you say, I heard your podcast, I heard your conversation with Neil on the podcast, and shake his hand from me. Other than that, what were your big takeaways from today's episode? Email me, techblogwriter@outlook.com, tweet me at Neil C. Hughes, or pop by my website, techblogwriter.co.uk. And if you've enjoyed this episode, I've got a small favour to ask of you. If you're listening on an iPhone or an iPad, would you mind leaving a very quick rating or review? Because like all content creators, doesn't matter how hard I work, how much content I create, how many podcast episodes I put out there in the world, essentially I'm at the mercy of the iTunes algorithm, which will determine if people like the show, if they rate it, if they review it, if they subscribe. The algorithm will tip its cap favourably. Whereas if you just listen and don't leave a rating or review, I will disappear into a dark cave, never to be seen again. Of course, that's not necessarily true, but ratings and reviews are like currency to podcasters. I'm sure you hear it. I'm sure you hear desperate pleas from every podcaster on every show that you listen to, and that's the reason why. But if you don't want to, hey, that's cool too. I'm just happy that you turn up every day and allow me to talk into your earballs and to spend 20 to 30 minutes out of your busy day just with me. That's more than enough, right? So I'll be back tomorrow with another great guest. So a warm thank you from me for listening to today's episode. And until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Until next time, remember, technology is best when it brings people together.